What up, y'all? We're gonna do some movement for spicy dancers. If you don't have a foam roller, you should probably go get one. Any spine openers that you like, I do cat-cow variations because it feels good and I'm a yogi. I like to do these kind of hip openers at the beginning of anything that I'm doing just because these are the most I don't know, like they're just like less impact on my knees, and I just really enjoy like the freedom of movement when my leg is in the air. You can tell that I'm kind of like working out some crunchy spots, and anything that feels good for you, honestly, is what you need to do. Make sure you do both sides. All right, so when we do a forward fold, see how my knees are bent? And when I'm twisting, I try to keep my hips even. Any forward lunge like this is going to be super helpful to open up the front of your hips and your psoas. Make sure if you do any kind of back bendy stuff, you're not bending from the back. You want this to really be like a chest opener if you're putting your hands behind your back, and a front hip flexor opener. So you can see that my hips are still even, and I'm trying to bend from like basically my collarbone back. And this is going to make sure that you're not putting too much pressure on your low back. When you do a forward fold like this, and you're doing like the side bends, I'm bending my arm kind of just to give some more mobility and plasticity in my fascia on my side body. Everything that we do outside of the club is really to combat what we do in the club. When we're doing our yogi squat, definitely recommend putting a block underneath because it's going to help release your psoas. Any movement that you do in this position is going to like help open up your psoas and help open up your hips. But if you sit on a block, it's going to help release it and help like relax that deep inner core muscle. When we wear heels, our kinetic chain alignment is altered. If we wear heels a lot, our calves, hamstrings, hip flexors, TFL, gluteus medius, lower back, deep inner core muscles like our psoas can all get really tight, especially if we're not doing our mobility exercises and our stretches and our strengthening exercises. And strength is important because if we're not strengthening the muscles that get weaker, like our gluteus maximus, yes, our gluteus maximus, the big booty muscle gets weaker if we're not strengthening it actively, because it's being pulled and overstretched over our bones because of the way that our body tilts forward in heels. So if we're not actively strengthening that, then our hip flexors will get even tighter, our lower back will get even tighter, and we'll start to cause other problems for ourselves because we will start to compensate with other muscles in order to do the same movements, to create the same look, to basically just perform the same way. If we do static stretching without any mobility, we increase our risk of injury. If we are not taking care of our bodies properly, we increase our risk of injury. And that's the last thing that I want for us as a whole, as a collective. We are professional athletes and we need to treat our bodies as such. Happy hustling!